If you're a drag racing fan, then spring break can mean only one thing: Gainesville. Since 1970, Auto Club Raceway has drawn fans numbering in the thousands for some of the most historic moments in the NHRA, when Kenny Bernstein broke the 300-mile-per-hour barrier. Well, today, it's the East Coast opener for the Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series for the Gators. Chomp.
Take a look at the matchups there for round number 2. Very interesting. Great group of race cars right here. Frank Manzo #1, but not the dominant #1 that he has been at so many races in the past.
Well, got a little bit of oil down on the racetrack right now. As you take a look at the other side, the cars that will be coming up, John Lombardo, Todd Venny, Paul Gill has already moved into the semifinals. And
as track prep continues, it's Todd Venny and John Lombardo at the line waiting for their run. But Mickey Farrow, you're advancing on to the semifinals. What do you have?
Well, we're a little disappointed in the way the car's running right now. We're trying to get it to run better in the middle, so we've been struggling with that. But we're just going to keep looking at the data. We just made a clean run, so we'll be able to get some data, and hopefully we can hop it up a little bit. But for Ryco Hydraulics and the green stuff, Hedman headers, my family at home, especially my grandchildren, I miss you guys a lot. We're going to go to the next round, so we're going to see what we have.
Mickey's looking to go home with the Wally today.
Well, he did that last year right here at Gainesville. As you see Todd Venny backing up, the Indianapolis driver in the Permatex Follow a Dream car. Over on the other side of the racetrack, we've got John Lombardo, who's been making some career best passes this weekend. And here's a look at John Lombardo's career in top alcohol.
Second generation racer, and we saw him win right here on ESPN at Dallas. Picked up the division championship. Brings that 550 race car all the way over here. And, of course, his dad, the former U.S. Nationals champion. Got a guy in his crew here this weekend named Alan Gillis. Alan Gillis was a crew chief with the old Ram Chargers car back in the 1970s. Also worked with Arnie Bailey's team. Was pressed into action. Works for the Napa shop for John back there out west. And they needed an extra crew guy. He came out here. It's been 40 years almost since he's worked on a race car, and just tickled to death to be here with his team. And if I were him, I'd take all the credit. They ran 50 yesterday. It's a career best.
Absolutely. 5.508. He potentially joined that 540 club. Crazier things have happened. Todd Venny, though, you got a pretty good little headwind running down this racetrack today, though. Nobody in a real big hurry. Every kind of revving saying, you go, you go, you go.
Yeah, that's usually the signal. I'm going to rev my engine. I'm going to go in. And after a while, it starts to become a macho game. Somebody's got to go in stage first, and Lombardo does.
That's a pretty good drag race. The finish line, John Lombardo takes the stride. 564, 254 miles an hour. Venny only going 237 at the top end. Don't know if his car never picked it up at the top end or maybe nosed over.
And the good thing about that, the winner goes into the next round against Paul Gill. Dubious whether he's even going to return or not. So that could be a 2-for-1 right there. Lombardo and Venny. Todd was first off the starting line. Runs 569. Pretty good run. You see the speed way down there. When the other guys run at 255, it's tough to stay out in front. So the Napa team all the way in from the coast, running out of Lucas Oil, gets the win. Good, solid performance. Both drivers have their hands full. Lombardo did a nice job to keep it right in the center of the line.
I didn't see too much wrong with Todd's car. Maybe it just never picked up that top-end charge. Well, you saw the burnout of Andy Bull over the left lane. And here comes the man in the class, Frank Manzo. Or should I say the class of the class. While he backs up, we'll set this pair in just a moment. Our next NHRA full throttle drag race. Hey, we're heading to Las Vegas. It's the SummitRacing.com Nationals. You can catch all the action from the strip the times you see on your screen. Qualifying, that is. 7:30 Saturday night. Finals at 7 Eastern next Sunday. Of course, second round qualifying on ESPN3.com on Friday afternoon. Of course, ESPN3 coverage all day on Sunday beginning at 11 o'clock local time. It's that guy. You got more on Frank Manzo.
Spoke to Frank this morning, said he backed it down last night to run this 547 pass, but he did say coming in the gate this morning, he said, I thought a lot. He looked at his notes. He's going to do the opposite of what he normally does, like Seinfeld, opposite George. Imagine Frank Manzo doing the opposite.
No, he's not.
No.
He's running Andy Bull. A rematch of the final we saw right here on ESPN last year up at Maple Grove. Frank Manzo coming into this round 57-16 here at this race. So Andy Bolt, like I said, the Renaissance kind of guy. He's like the Mike Neff of the alcohol class. It's his car. He tunes it. He drives it. And he's got a really good race car here and a chance that Frank's ailing a bit to take out the champ.
Oh, check out the reaction time on the right side. Now, how about the elapsed time? 5:50 with an 8, 262 miles an hour. Manzo picks up another round win here at the Gators.
Oh, and he's going to cry to Jamie down there. Oh, we don't know what happened. Only down to 50. We slowed down. Runs 262 miles an hour out of the gate first by a bunch. It's going to be Manzo and Furrow in the next round. Let's go back down to Jamie.
John Lombardo advances on to the semifinals. John, there was a bit of a staging duel going on there at the line. What was that all about?
Well, you know, some drivers like to go in first, some drivers like to go in last, but you don't want to have these motors up real high. And I just want to make sure we were both on the same page before we parked in there.
Well, you're the one going to the semis.
Thank you very much.
Now let's take a look at the semifinal matchups. Rematch of the 2010 race here. Frank Manzo, Mickey Farrow, with Manzo having the lane choice. And remember, it's Mickey that been trying to catch up to Frank for a lot of years. We'll have an opportunity to try to put him on the trailer here over on the other side. Man, we just talked to Lombardo, John Lombardo, will give up lane choice. Paul Gill in the matchup of the 560 cars. Now we're going to step away. While we do, Tap Alcohol Dragsters in the lane.
Scary moment as the Pro Mods made their season debut. Check out Mike Janis.
Yeah, we told you this track has a tendency to suck you in towards the wall on both sides. And Mike got out of the groove there and tried to correct it. And we've seen that before. When that happens, you get past the center point of that, and there's no saving it. And that was a nasty hit. But out of the car was okay. And these cars are designed for the worst case scenario. And for Mike Janis, that was it.
Now, good news is he climbed out A-OK. Top Alcohol Dragsters are pulling in the lanes. We'll have them when we get back to the Gator Nationals.